Do you have these top 12 of the ultra-rarest and most valuable US Washington quarter dollars coins, the world's most elusive and rare quarter dollars to look for your pocket change for more than $1 million?
Why are silver 1965 quarters so rare? Silver 1965 quarters are special because they're transitional era coins. In 1964, quarters were still struck with a 90% silver planchet. In 1965, quarter production changed to a clad composition planchet made of copper and nickel. A certain number of quarters produced in 1965 have a tiny misprint which makes them very valuable. According to the NGC price guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1965 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $300. However, on the open market 1965 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $5,250 to $7,000. A very small number of 1965 quarters were accidentally minted using old silver blanks. These are quite rare, and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars or even more if in perfect condition. Note there are lots of scammers, wrong metal errors. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1965 Washington quarter is the potential for errors, particularly those involving the wrong metal. As the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-nickel clad planchets, some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These error coins are exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. Identifying a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet can be challenging. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams, compared to the 5.67 grams of clad quarters. Additionally, silver quarters produce a distinct, higher-pitched sound when dropped, unlike their clad counterparts. Professional authentication and grading are recommended for these error coins due to their high value. Other notable errors. Beyond wrong metal errors, collectors also seek out other types of mint errors on 1965 Washington quarters. These can include die errors, errors such as double dies, die cracks, and die clashes. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a slight shift, creating a doubling effect on the design elements. Die cracks and clashes result from damaged or improperly aligned dies. Planchet errors, these errors occur when the blank coin planchet is flawed before striking. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and lamination errors, where the metal layers separate. Striking errors, misaligned strikes, broad strikes, where the coin is struck outside the collar, and multiple strikes are all examples of striking errors that can occur during the minting process. Collectible value and market trends. Determining value. The value of a 1965 Washington quarter depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and presence of errors. Collectors typically grade coins on the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS 70. Why are silver 1965 quarters so rare? Silver 1965 quarters are special because they're transitional era coins. In 1964, quarters were still struck with a 90% silver planchet. In 1965, quarter production changed to a clad composition planchet made of copper and nickel. A certain number of quarters produced in 1965 have a tiny misprint which makes them very valuable. According to the NGC price guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1965 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $300. However, on the open market 1965 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $5,250 to $7,000. A very small number of 1965 quarters were accidentally minted using old silver blanks. These are quite rare, and can fetch tens of thousands of dollars or even more if in perfect condition. Note there are lots of scammers, wrong metal errors. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1965 Washington quarter is the potential for errors, particularly those involving the wrong metal. As the U.S. Mint transitioned to the copper-nickel clad planchets, some 1965 quarters were mistakenly struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These error coins are exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. Identifying a 1965 quarter struck on a silver planchet can be challenging. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams, compared to the 5.67 grams of clad quarters. Additionally, silver quarters produce a distinct, higher-pitched sound when dropped, unlike their clad counterparts. Professional authentication and grading are recommended for these error coins due to their high value. Other notable errors. Beyond wrong metal errors, collectors also seek out other types of mint errors on 1965 Washington quarters. These can include die errors, errors such as double dies, die cracks, and die clashes. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck more than once with a slight shift, creating a doubling effect on the design elements. Die cracks and clashes result from damaged or improperly aligned dies. Planchet errors, these errors occur when the blank coin planchet is flawed before striking. Examples include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and lamination errors, where the metal layers separate. Striking errors, misaligned strikes, broad strikes, where the coin is struck outside the collar, and multiple strikes are all examples of striking errors that can occur during the minting process. Collectible value and market trends. Determining value. The value of a 1965 Washington quarter depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and presence of errors. Collectors typically grade coins on the Sheldon scale, ranging from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. The 1966 Washington quarter is part of the Washington Quarter series, a popular and widely collected set of coins in American numismatics. This quarter is particularly notable due to its unique position in U.S. minting history, straddling a period of significant change in coin composition and design. This guide explores the history, key features, and value of the 1966 Washington quarter, with a special focus on errors and their impact on collectors' interest. More than 821 million quarters were produced in 1966. That sounds impressive, but it is still less than half the 1.8 billion quarters made in 1965. In fact, you can still find 1,966 quarters in circulation today, even some that might qualify as almost uncirculated. Interestingly, from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. Mint eliminated mint marks from all coins to discourage coin collecting during a nationwide coin shortage. Therefore, your 1966 quarter not having a mint mark is actually typical for that year, and not a sign of rarity. How much is a 1966 quarter worth? Some 1966 quarters are worth more than face value, as much as $11,000. Find out how much your 1966 quarter is worth here. And how to identify a 1966 silver quarter. Historical context: the Washington Quarter series began in 1932, designed by John Flanagan, to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Initially composed of 90% silver, the quarter saw a significant change in 1965 when the U.S. Mint shifted to a copper-nickel clad composition due to rising silver prices and the economic strain it imposed on coin production. By 1966, the United States was in the midst of this transition. The Coinage Act of 1965 eliminated silver from the quarter and dime, and to deter hoarding, the Mint also ceased using mint marks from 1965 to 1967. This decision makes the 1966 quarters part of a unique 3-year span with no mint marks. Design and composition: the 1966 Washington quarter features the same design as previous years, with a profile of George Washington on the obverse and a heraldic eagle on the reverse. Key design elements include: composition: the 1966 quarter consists of a clad composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a pure copper core. Error coins and their value. Coin errors and varieties are a fascinating subset of numismatics, and the 1966 Washington quarter is no exception. Errors can significantly enhance the value of a coin, depending on their rarity and type. Common types of errors include: double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes. Transitional errors. 1966 quarters are relatively rare and can be quite valuable. Market value.
The 1967 Washington quarter is a notable piece in American numismatics due to its unique characteristics, particularly the absence of a mint mark. Understanding its history, significance, and value requires delving into several aspects: the background of the Washington Quarter series, the specifics of the 1967 issue, factors influencing its minting, and its current value and collectability among numismatists. The value of a 1967, no-mint mark Washington Quarter varies based on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Auctions and coin shows often see spirited bidding for such era coins, with prices reflecting their scarcity and historical interest. Background of the Washington Quarter series. The Washington Quarter, introduced in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, quickly became a cornerstone of American coinage. Designed by John Flanagan, the obverse features a profile of Washington, while the reverse traditionally showcases an eagle holding a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing America's military readiness and desire for peace. Throughout its history, the Washington Quarter underwent various design changes and minting practices, reflecting shifts in technology, minting policies, and public demand. Mint marks, indicating the mint facility where a coin was produced, have been a consistent feature, typically found on the reverse of the coin near the eagle. The 1967 Washington Quarter, no mint mark anomaly. In 1967, a peculiar anomaly emerged within the Washington Quarter series. A subset of quarters minted that year lacked a mint mark altogether. Mint marks are crucial in numismatics as they denote where a coin was minted, with each mint having its own distinct mark, e.g., D for Denver, S for San Francisco. The absence of a mint mark on the 1967 Washington Quarter raised immediate questions among collectors and researchers. Minting errors are not uncommon in coin production, but a widespread issue such as the absence of a mint mark across a significant number of coins in a single year is unusual and attracts considerable attention from the numismatic community. Factors influencing the minting error. Several factors could contribute to the absence of a mint mark on the 1967 Washington Quarter: technical malfunction, issues with the minting machinery, or human error during the minting process could lead to the omission of the mint mark. Transition period. Mint facilities occasionally undergo transitions or changes in minting procedures, which might inadvertently affect the application of mint marks. Quality control. Despite rigorous quality control measures, occasional errors slip through the production process, leading to variants like the 1967 no mint mark quarter. The 1967 no mint mark Washington Quarter. Value and history. The 1967 Washington Quarter is a fascinating piece in numismatic history, primarily due to a unique error known as the no mint mark variety. In this comprehensive exploration, we delve into the background, significance, value, and a broader context of this intriguing coin. Understanding mint marks. Mint marks are small letters or symbols on coins that indicate where they were minted. Common mint marks include D for Denver, S for San Francisco, P for Philadelphia, and W for West Point. Mint marks are crucial for identifying where a coin was struck, which can affect its rarity and value. The 1967 no mint mark error. That no mint mark error refers to a Washington Quarter minted in 1967 without a visible mint mark. Mint marks are typically found on the reverse, tails, side of the coin, below the eagle's tail feathers. Coins without mint marks are unusual because they do not bear the usual indicator of their origin. Possible causes of the error. Errors in coin production can occur due to various reasons, such as worn-out dies, improper die preparation, or mistakes in the minting process itself. For the 1967 quarters, the absence of a mint mark could have resulted from a failure to properly punch the mint mark onto the die or a problem with the mint mark punching machinery. Detection and rarity. Identifying a 1967 no mint mark quarter requires careful examination of the coin's reverse side.
The 1968 Washington Quarter is a notable coin in American numismatics, both for its historical context and its value to collectors. This coin, like others in the Washington Quarter series, carries the image of the first U.S. President, George Washington, and has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932. This comprehensive guide will delve into the coin's history, its design features, its production details, and its value in today's market. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington Quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $225. However, on the open market 1968 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $3,750 to $5,000. History of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor, whose obverse design features a bust of George Washington. The reverse originally depicted a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows above an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. Transition to clad composition. Prior to 1965, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. Due to rising silver prices and the depletion of silver reserves, the Coinage Act of 1965 mandated a change in the composition of dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Starting in 1965, these coins were made from a clad composition, which consists of an inner core of pure copper and outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel. The 1968 Washington quarter is part of this post-1965 clad coinage. Minting and production. In 1968, quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Quarters from the San Francisco Mint in this year were produced as proofs rather than for general circulation. Variance and errors. The 1968 Washington quarter does not have as many notable varieties or errors compared to other years. However, there are a few errors and varieties that can add value to the coin. This comprehensive guide will delve into the coin's history, its design features, its production details, and its value in today's market. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1968 in circulated condition is worth between $100 and $225. However, on the open market 1968 quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $3,750 to $5,000. History of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor, whose obverse design features a bust of George Washington. The reverse originally depicted a bald eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows above an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. Transition to clad composition. Prior to 1965, quarters were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. Due to rising silver prices and the depletion of silver reserves, the Coinage Act of 1965 mandated a change in the composition of dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Starting in 1965, these coins were made from a clad composition, which consists of an inner core of pure copper and outer layers of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel. The 1968 Washington quarter is part of this post-1965 clad coinage. Minting and production. In 1968, quarters were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Quarters from the San Francisco Mint in this year were produced as proofs rather than for general circulation. Variance and errors. The 1968 Washington quarter does not have as many notable varieties or errors compared to other years. The 1969 D-era Washington quarter represents a fascinating aspect of coin collecting, blending historical significance with the allure of minting mistakes. While the base value of a standard 1969 D quarter might be low due to its composition and mintage numbers, the presence of errors can elevate its worth significantly. For collectors, these errors provide an intriguing challenge and an opportunity to own a unique piece of numismatic history. Understanding the nuances of mint errors and the factors that influence a coin's value is essential for anyone interested in collecting or investing in 1969 D-era quarters. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner, the hunt for these era coins can be a rewarding and potentially lucrative endeavor. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1969 in circulated condition is worth between $150 and $225. However, on the open market 1969 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $2,600 to $4,500. The 1969 D Washington quarter, minted in Denver, is a notable coin for collectors, particularly when it has errors. This coin is part of the broader Washington quarter series, which has been produced since 1932. The series commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. This article will delve into the history of the Washington quarter, the specifics of the 1969 D quarter, common errors found in this coin, and their impact on value and collectability. Initially, the Washington quarter was composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. However, in 1965, due to a silver shortage and rising costs, the composition was changed to a copper-nickel clad, with a core of pure copper and outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This change significantly impacted the coin's value and collectability, particularly for those minted pre-1965. Minting and circulation. The 1969 D Washington quarter was produced at the Denver Mint. During this period, the U.S. Mint was focused on increasing production to meet the growing demand for coins. As a result, the quality control processes were occasionally less rigorous, leading to a variety of mint errors. The 1969 D quarter is composed of the standard copper-nickel clad, and its mint mark D indicates it was produced in Denver. Common mint errors. Mint errors are unintended mistakes that occur during the minting process, and they can significantly enhance a coin's value. The 1969 D quarter is known for several types of errors. Type and severity of error. More dramatic and rare errors typically command higher prices. For example, a significant double die error is more valuable than a minor off-center strike. For collectors, these errors provide an intriguing challenge and an opportunity to own a unique piece of numismatic history. Understanding the nuances of mint errors and the factors that influence a coin's value is essential for anyone interested in collecting or investing in 1969 D error quarters. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a beginner, the hunt for these error coins can be a rewarding and potentially lucrative endeavor. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of May 2024, a Washington quarter from 1969 in circulated condition is worth between $150 and $225. However, on the open market 1969 D quarters in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $2,600 to $4,500. The 1969 D Washington quarter, minted in Denver, is a notable coin for collectors, particularly when it has errors. This coin is part of the broader Washington quarter series, which has been produced since 1932. The series commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth.
The 1980 P Washington quarter is a coin of significant interest to collectors and historians alike. This coin is part of the Washington quarter series, which has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1932. The series commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and has remained popular for its historical significance and numismatic value. In this comprehensive analysis, we will explore the history, design, minting details, and current value of the 1980 P Washington quarter. Historical context. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The design was intended to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States, and to replace the standing Liberty quarter. Initially, the Washington quarter was intended to be a one-year commemorative issue, but its popularity led to its continued production. Collectability and value. The value of the 1980 P Washington quarter depends on several factors, including its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Coins are typically graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1, poor, to 70, perfect uncirculated. Most 1980 P quarters found in circulation are in lower grades, such as fine, F, or very fine, VF, due to their extensive use over the years. For circulated coins, the value is generally close to the face value of 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins, especially those with high grades, can command higher prices. An uncirculated 1980 P Washington quarter in mint state, MS, 65 condition can be valued at around $100 to $250. Coins in even higher grades, such as MS 67 or MS 68, can be worth significantly more, sometimes reaching $500 or more. Proof coins, which are specially made for collectors and feature a mirror-like finish, are also highly valued. While the Philadelphia Mint did not produce proof coins in 1980, the San Francisco Mint did. These coins are marked with an S and can be worth more than their circulated counterparts. Market trends. The market for Washington quarters, including the 1980 P quarter, has seen steady interest from collectors. Factors influencing the market include the overall condition of the coin, historical significance, and the current trends in coin collecting. Coins from the late 20th century, like the 1980 P Washington quarter, are often collected as part of date and mint mark sets. In recent years, there has been an increased interest in collecting coins from the 1980s, partly due to nostalgia and the desire to complete modern sets. The availability of these coins in uncirculated condition has also driven demand, as collectors seek to add high-quality examples to their collections. Notable errors and varieties. Error coins and varieties are of particular interest to numismatists, and the 1980 P Washington quarter is no exception. Some of the notable errors and varieties for this coin include double die obverse, DDO. This error occurs when the coin is struck with a die that has been improperly prepared, resulting in a doubling of the design elements. DDO errors can significantly increase the value of a coin. Off-center strikes, coins that are not struck properly in the center can have parts of the design missing or misaligned. The value of off-center strikes depends on the extent of the error and the visibility of the date and mint mark. Clipped planchets. A clipped planchet error happens when a portion of the coin's blank is missing before the coin is struck. This error can range from minor clips to more substantial missing pieces, affecting the coin's value. Die cracks and cuds. These errors result from damage to the die used to strike the coin. Die cracks appear as raised lines on the coin's surface, while cuds are raised areas where part of the die has broken away. Collecting error coins can be a fascinating and rewarding aspect of numismatics, as these coins offer unique insights into the minting process and the challenges faced in producing coinage. Conclusion: the 1980p Washington quarter is a noteworthy coin with a rich history and significant value to collectors. As part of the long-running Washington quarter series, it represents an important period in American numismatics. While many of these coins are found in circulation and retain only their face value, uncirculated examples and those with notable errors can be highly prized. Collectors and historians alike appreciate the 1980p Washington quarter for its design, historical context, and the role it has played in American commerce. As interest in coins from the 1980s continues to grow, the 1980p quarter will likely remain a sought-after piece in collections and a testament to the enduring legacy of the Washington quarter series. The 1982p Washington quarter holds a special place in the numismatic community due to its unique characteristics and historical significance. This coin is part of the Washington quarter series, which has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1932. The series commemorates the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth and has seen various changes in design and composition over the decades. This essay delves into the historical context, production details, varieties, errors, and current market value of the 1982p Washington quarter, providing a comprehensive overview of this fascinating coin. Production details: the 1982 Washington quarter was produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, only the coins minted in Philadelphia and Denver were intended for general circulation. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins, which are primarily collected for their aesthetic quality rather than their circulation potential. The absence of the mint mark on the 1982 quarters minted in Philadelphia is a notable aspect, as it was the first time since 1965 that quarters were struck without a mint mark due to economic considerations. Varieties and errors. Varieties. While the 1982p Washington quarter does not have major design varieties, the lack of a mint mark itself is considered a significant variety for the year. Collectors often seek high-grade specimens of this mint-markless quarter, particularly those in mint state, MS, condition. Errors, die cracks and cuds. As with many coins, the 1982p quarter can exhibit die cracks or cuds. These occur when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged, resulting in raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. These errors are generally minor but can increase a coin's value depending on their size and location. Off-center strikes. Occasionally, quarters are struck off-center, meaning the design is not properly aligned with the coin's edges. The degree of the off-center strike can range from slight to significant. Coins with more pronounced off-center strikes are more valuable. Clipped planchets. A clipped planchet error occurs when a portion of the coin's planchet, is missing due to a misfeed in the blanking press. These errors are relatively rare and can command higher prices among collectors. Market value. The value of a 1982p Washington quarter can vary widely based on its condition, rarity, and the presence of any errors or varieties. Generally, circulated coins are worth little more than their face value, but uncirculated or mint state coins, as well as those with notable errors, can be much more valuable. Circulated coins. Most 1982p quarters found in circulation are worth between $5 and $10, reflecting their face value and minimal numismatic interest. However, well-preserved examples with minimal wear can fetch slightly higher prices from collectors seeking to complete a year set. Uncirculated coins. Uncirculated or mint state coins are graded on a scale from MS60 to MS70, with higher grades indicating better preservation and fewer imperfections. MS60 coins are worth around $100 to $500, while higher grade coins, MS65 and above, can sell for $150 to $550 or more. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 are particularly sought after and can command prices of several $100s. Error coins can vary significantly in value based on the type and extent of the error. Minor die cracks or small cuts may only add a few dollars to a coin's value, while more dramatic errors like off-center strikes or clipped planchets can increase the value substantially. An off-center strike with 10% to 20% of the design missing, for example, might sell for $500 to $1,500 or more. Collecting the 1982 P. Washington Quarter. For collectors, the 1982 P. Washington Quarter offers an intriguing challenge due to its unique characteristics and the economic context of its production. Collecting these quarters can be rewarding, whether one focuses on finding high-grade uncirculated specimens, notable error coins, or simply completing a date set of Washington quarters. Grading and preservation. Proper grading and preservation are crucial for maximizing the value of any coin collection. When evaluating a 1982 P quarter, collectors should look for key indicators of condition, such as conclusion. The 1982 P Washington Quarter is a fascinating coin that captures a unique moment in American numismatic history. Its lack of a mint mark, combined with the economic challenges of the early 1980s, makes it a notable entry in the Washington Quarter series. While many of these coins are worth only their face value in circulated condition, uncirculated examples and error coins can be quite valuable to collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the 1982 P. Washington Quarter offers a wealth of historical and numismatic interest. The 1983 P. Washington Quarter is a coin with historical significance and a particular intrigue among collectors due to its unique context within the broader history of the Washington Quarter series. This essay delves into the history, production details, and current market value of the 1983 P. Washington Quarter, providing a comprehensive understanding of its place in numismatic history. Introduction to the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. The obverse features a profile portrait of George Washington, while the reverse initially depicted an eagle with outstretched wings. This design remained relatively unchanged until the state quarter program began in 1999, introducing new reverse designs to honor each of the 50 states. In 1982 and 1983, the U.S. Mint did not produce mint sets, which are typically sought after by collectors for their superior quality coins. As a result, coins from these years, including the 1983 P quarter, are relatively scarce in high grades, making them particularly interesting to collectors. The coin's composition in 1983 was the same as other quarters minted after 1965, a clad composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a total weight of 5.67 grams. This was a change from the pre-1965 quarters, which were composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. Minting details. In 1983, the Philadelphia Mint produced a significant number of Washington quarters. However, due to the absence of mint sets, many of these coins entered circulation, leading to more wear and tear compared to coins that typically go straight to collectors. This scarcity in higher grades has made the 1983 P quarter more desirable among numismatists. While the mintage number is high, the key to the coin's value lies in its condition. High-grade specimens, those in mint state condition, are much rarer due to the aforementioned lack of mint sets. Market value. The market value of the 1983 P Washington Quarter varies significantly based on its condition. Here is a general breakdown of values as of 2024. Circulated condition. Coins in average circulated condition typically hold a value close to their face value, 25 cents, to slightly higher, around 50 cents to $1. Uncirculated condition, mint state. The value increases significantly for coins in mint state. A mint state, MS-60 example might fetch around $50 to $100, while higher grades like MS-65 can be worth $100 to $500 or more. The highest grades, such as MS-67 or higher, can command prices well into the hundreds to thousands of dollars, especially if the coin has excellent luster and eye appeal. Notable sales and auctions. Some 1983 P Washington quarters have fetched notable prices at auctions, reflecting their scarcity in high grades. For instance, coins graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can achieve impressive results. In recent years, top-grade examples have sold for several $100s each, with some particularly exceptional coins reaching prices over $15,000. Collecting the 1983 P Washington quarter, for collectors, acquiring a high-grade 1983 P Washington quarter can be a rewarding challenge. Due to the high demand and limited supply of top-grade examples, these coins are a valuable addition to any Washington quarter collection. Collectors should look for coins with minimal contact marks, strong strikes, and excellent luster. Coins graded by reputable grading services offer assurance of their condition and authenticity. When seeking a 1983 P quarter, collectors should consider the following tips. Ensure that the coin is authentic and accurately graded. Coins graded by PCGS or NGC provide a reliable assessment of the coin's condition. Well-struck coins with good luster are more desirable and valuable. Coin values can fluctuate, so staying informed about current market conditions can help make informed purchasing decisions. Conclusion: the 1983 P Washington quarter holds a unique place in numismatic history due to its context within the Washington quarter series and the economic conditions of the early 1980s. The absence of mint sets in 1982 and 1983 has made high-grade examples of this coin particularly scarce and valuable to collectors. Understanding the historical context, design details, and current market value of the 1983 P quarter enhances its appreciation among numismatists and adds to the richness of American coin collecting history. Whether for its historical significance or potential investment value, the 1983 P Washington quarter remains a noteworthy and intriguing coin for collectors. The 1984 P Washington quarter, like other coins in the Washington quarter series, has a rich history in various factors that determine its value to collectors and investors. Here's a comprehensive look into its history, design, minting, and factors influencing its value. History of the Washington quarter. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The coin was designed by John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor of his time. The obverse of the coin features a profile of George Washington, while the reverse showcases an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness for war, with olive branches underneath, representing peace. Composition: 1984 91.67% copper, 8.33% nickel, a clad composition, with a copper core and a nickel-copper outer layer. The 1984 P. Philadelphia, Washington quarter features the standard design by John Flanagan. On the obverse, Washington's profile faces left, with the inscriptions, Liberty, above his head, In God We Trust, to the left, and the date, 1984, below. The mint mark, P, for Philadelphia, is located above the ribbon in Washington's hair. Minting and production. The Philadelphia Mint produced a significant number of Washington quarters in 1984. The mint is known for producing coins for circulation, and these coins were minted in large quantities to meet the demands of commerce. Mintage numbers. In 1984, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 676,545,000 Washington quarters. This high mintage means that the 1984 P quarter is relatively common, especially in circulated conditions. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state, MS, conditions can be more valuable due to their rarity in such high grades. Factors influencing value. Several factors influence the value of the 1984 P Washington quarter. Condition/grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Coins in higher grades, MS 65 and above, command higher prices. Coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are more highly valued. Mint mark. The presence of the P mint mark indicates the coin was minted in Philadelphia. While the P mint mark itself isn't particularly rare, its condition and grade significantly impact value. Errors and varieties. Coins with minting errors or unique varieties can be more valuable. Examples include double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchets. Collectors often seek these out for their uniqueness. Historical and numismatic interest. As part of the broader Washington quarter series, the 1984 P quarter holds historical interest. Its place within the series and its role in everyday commerce can enhance its collectible value. Market demand. The overall demand for Washington quarters, influenced by collector interest and market conditions, also plays a role in determining value. Market value. The value of the 1984 P Washington quarter can vary widely based on the factors mentioned above. Here's a general overview. Notable errors and varieties. While there are no major known errors for the 1984 P Washington quarter, minor varieties or errors can still exist. Collectors often look for these anomalies, Double die. A double die error occurs when the die used to strike the coin has a misaligned image, creating a doubled effect on the coin. These are rare and can be valuable. Off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center can be intriguing to collectors. The degree of off-centering and the visibility of the date and design elements influence value. Planchet errors. Errors such as clipped planchets, where a part of the coin is missing, or wrong planchet errors, where the coin is struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, can also be valuable. Collecting the 1984 P. Washington Quarter. For numismatists, the 1984 P. Washington Quarter is a piece of American history. While not rare, it represents the enduring legacy of the Washington Quarter series. Collectors might pursue this coin to complete a date and mint mark set, or they might seek high-grade examples to enhance their collection. Tips for collectors. Grading. Learning to grade coins accurately can help in assessing value. Professional grading services can provide certification, which can enhance a coin's marketability. Storage. Proper storage is essential to maintain a coin's condition. Using coin holders, albums, or protective cases can prevent damage and preserve value. The 1985 P. Washington Quarter is a notable coin in the series of Washington Quarters minted by the United States. Named after the first President of the United States, George Washington, the Washington Quarter has a rich history and has seen various changes in its design and composition over the years. This essay explores the history, design, mintage, and value of the 1985 P. Washington Quarter, providing a detailed look into this specific coin and its place in American numismatics. Evolution and changes. Over the years, the Washington Quarter has undergone several changes, both in terms of design and composition. Initially minted in 90% silver, the coin's composition was changed to a copper-nickel clad in 1965 due to a rise in silver prices. This change was part of a broader move away from silver in U.S. coinage, which affected several denominations. The Washington Quarter has also seen numerous special issues and commemorative designs. For example, the State Quarters program, launched in 1999, featured unique reverse designs for each of the 50 states. This program was followed by the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which began in 2010 and features designs depicting national parks and other national sites. Mintage. In 1985, the Philadelphia Mint produced a substantial number of Washington Quarters. The total mintage for the 1985 P. Washington Quarter was 775,818,962. This high mintage number is typical for circulation coins, ensuring that the quarter was widely available for everyday transactions across the United States. Value and collectability. Several factors influence the value of a 1985 P. Washington Quarter, including its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. Higher-grade coins, particularly those in mint state, MS, condition, command higher prices. Condition and grading. Coins in circulated condition typically have lower value, often only worth their face value of 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition or with high grades can be more valuable. For example, a 1985 P. Washington Quarter in MS 65 condition, a high mint state grade, can be worth several dollars, depending on market conditions. Errors and varieties. Error coins and varieties can also significantly affect a coin's value. While there are no widely recognized major errors for the 1985 P. Washington Quarter, minor errors such as die cracks, off-center strikes, or double dies can increase a coin's value among collectors who specialize in such anomalies. Market trends. The value of the 1985 P. Washington Quarter, like all coins, is subject to market trends and collector interest. During periods of high demand for numismatic items, prices can rise. Conversely, during times of lower interest, prices may decline. The coin market is also influenced by broader economic factors, such as the prices of precious metals and the overall health of the economy. Collecting Washington Quarters. Washington Quarters are a popular series among collectors due to their long history and the variety of designs available. Many collectors aim to complete sets, either by year and mint mark or by focusing on specific series such as the State Quarters or America the Beautiful Quarters. Challenges. One of the challenges of collecting Washington Quarters is finding high-grade examples from certain years, particularly those from the earlier years of the series. While the 1985 P. Washington Quarter is relatively easy to find in circulated condition due to its high mintage, locating examples in top grades can be more challenging and rewarding. Conclusion: the 1985 Washington Quarter is a significant coin within the broader context of the Washington Quarter series. With its classic design, high mintage, and role in American history, it holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and coin enthusiasts. While its value may not be as high as some rarer or older coins, its accessibility and historical significance make it a worthy addition to any collection. The Washington Quarter is an iconic piece of American numismatic history, first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter, though not particularly rare, holds significant value for collectors due to its place in the broader series and its historical context. This essay will delve into the history of the Washington Quarter, the specifics of the 1973 no-mint mark variety, and its current value in the numismatic market. The 1973 no-mint mark quarter was struck primarily for circulation, and millions were produced. As a result, the coin is not particularly rare. However, it holds interest for collectors due to the historical period it represents and the fact that it is part of a long-running and popular series. The 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter shares the same physical characteristics as other quarters from this period. It is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to an inner core of pure copper. This clad composition was introduced in 1965, replacing the 90% silver content of earlier quarters. For numismatists, collecting the 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter can be a rewarding endeavor, particularly for those interested in assembling a complete set of Washington Quarters from 1932 to the present. The coin's commonality makes it relatively easy to acquire, but finding specimens in high grades can be more challenging and rewarding. Grading and condition: the value of a 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter is highly dependent on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A coin in good, G4, condition will show significant wear, with most details worn smooth. In contrast, a coin in mint state, MS60 to MS70, condition will display no wear and retain its original luster. Error coins and varieties: while the 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter is not known for major errors, collectors often seek out minor varieties and anomalies. These can include double dies, repunched mint marks, though not applicable for Philadelphia coins of this year, and off-center strikes. Such errors can significantly increase a coin's value, depending on their rarity and visual appeal. Additionally, 1973 was a time of economic challenges, including inflation and fluctuations in metal prices. These factors influenced the minting policies and the availability of coins. Despite these challenges, the U.S. Mint maintained a steady output of quarters to meet the needs of commerce and collectors. Conclusion: the 1973 no-mint mark Washington Quarter is a significant piece of American numismatic history. While not a rare coin, its value lies in its connection to the broader Washington Quarter series and its representation of a specific period in American coinage. Collectors appreciate the coin for its historical context, design, and the challenge of finding high-grade examples.